looks like we're live. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tuesday stream. At least I think the stream is going, because I can't see right now. I'm getting an ad for something.
Tuesday!
Yay, we're live. Thanks, Cookie. We are back again for another wonderful day of doodling and Tuesday streamery. And
Tuesday!
Yes, and today I decided what better thing to draw than something I quite enjoy, which is mechs. Because I like mechs, and as a matter of fact, the mechs I'm going to be drawing today are for a little setting I came up with this past week that I don't know how much I want to get into details of it, just because I don't want to necessarily spoil everything, but I will at least give the name for it. Oh, I also just realized I forgot the most important part to turn on my tablet. Whoops. Alright. And we should be good. Yep. Alright, cool. So yes, I'm going to be drawing mechs from the setting I came up with called Legends of Slam. So this should be fun. I've been doodling them like crazy on paper all week, so I finally decided to take it to the computer. Oh, we need some appropriate music. You work on anything, Andy? No? Draw without the tablet, hard mode. That's gonna be hard to oh god, no, not the arrow keys.
Oh god, he wants you to draw like a stencil. What is it? Etch-a-sketch.
Draw with an Etch-a-Sketch? Oh god. That would be a fun, like,
Have you ever seen
challenge
those Have you ever seen those Etch-a-Sketch, like, masterpieces?
Yeah, I don't know how people have that level of patience. I really don't.
And then sometimes they make it, and then they shake it, and I'm like, no!
Yeah. It's art, Andy. It's a meaning behind it or something. I don't know. I would not want to draw on something that's easily that erasable of a medium. I like to remember when I work and save it, so... I don't want to do this. Nah, I'll do it like that. So yes, this is a setting, because last week I was at work and I was bored, and I was thinking to myself about how much I like the show Mega XLR, and I was like, I wouldn't mind having a setting like that. And it's just kind of like been snowballing since then. So I guess the best way I can describe it is like, imagine something like BattleTech or Heavy Gear, but more Mad Max flavored. That's kind of where it's at right now. But I've just mostly just been doing doodles for it and just doing a little bit of world building.
God, it is raining so hard.
Oh yeah, no, we're getting... It's been cold and damp all day here. So, I've been itching to just get home and just be cozy all day, and I finally am. So I'm happy.
Cozy, cozy.
Hold on a second. I have to take my robe off. Don't worry, I'm wearing something under it.
Oh my.
Oh my. Also, Storm did say he might join us for stream today. He's busy. They're at the doctor trying to figure out if they can reattach his umbilical cord. I don't know.
I told him if he stopped playing with it, it was going to fall off.
It's like, can we reattach the foreskin? No.
Don't worry, when you get old, it regrows.
I don't want to think about that. Oh, hot dang. I'm getting yelled at by horses, I think. Music sounds like it would fit in StarCraft, which is kind of appropriate for this. I actually need to get back into playing StarCraft 2. I've been meaning to play all the campaigns, and I just beat the Terran one like not too long ago, and I need to do the Zerg next. You ever play StarCraft, Andy?
No, I really never got into it. I know, like, a lot of people play it. They have like tournaments and shit. Like,
oh yeah, I know the StarCraft tournament scene is pretty
and there's
insane.
like a
from what I
whole
understand.
insane mess of people.
It's apparently huge in Korea, which is interesting.
Yeah,
I know Jay what's talked to me about it before because I think he
but I was
watches
just
that
saying,
stuff.
terrible.
Me too, guy in Broadway. I would love a Timson remaster. On the bright side, we at least have the Tipson client where they basically kind of fixed the game, and open RA.
Oh yeah, Dwarf.
Oh yeah, Dwarf. I'm looking forward to that whenever that comes out. I don't think they've really announced a release date for it, but it's fine. I'd rather they just focus on making the game good. Which, I mean, from what I've seen of it, at least visually, it's looking fantastic. I don't think they've really shown a lot necessarily gameplay-wise, but I'm here for it when they do have something. I also need to get back to playing Tempest Rising. It's another good strategy game.
Tempest is Rising.
They do go on about Tempest a lot, which is like totally not Tiberium, but it's Tiberium. At least in that setting, it's supposed to be the miracle element and shit. I don't think it's radioactive like Tiberium, but I'm not that far enough in the story to know, so. It's kind of my problem. I'll start games and then just, for whatever reason, I'll just get bored. It's hard for me to finish campaigns and stuff. Especially if it's something like, I've never beaten New Vegas. I've played it plenty, but when it comes to actually finishing the main story, I just don't.
Meh.
I mean, part of it's just the fact that once you finish the main story, it's like, the game's over. And then I just want to do everything before that. So I'm well focused on that. And then I just get bored with the game because I play it for so long. And I just get tired of it.
I know how I feel. Well, it's all right.
Oh yeah, I'm not too. That's just how it is. There's too many games out there to just like want to play and complete them all.
Gotta play them all. Gotta play them all.
Yeah. Let's see.
So, like, is this like a Mad Max like setting? Because I saw them, they're pretty spiky and like they had like banners and shit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I mean, I was sending you the sketches and stuff, which is what I'm sort of looking at now. Basically, let's see, how do I've been writing it, and it's basically like a post-apocalyptic, setting with mechs, on this planet named Slam, and my idea is, I would like to. I realize it's a lot to do so, but it'd be cool if I could make this a role-playing game of some kind, like not unlike Lancer. But the difference being it's like more post-apocalyptic. It's more melee focused, and there's a lot in terms of like customization and like kit bashing your mechs essentially. At least in my mind for it. Like there would be like ranged weapons and stuff, but they're not as common. Which the reasons why is to be determined, but basically I wanted a setting where it's like you could just have drag out knuckle put down mech fights where you're just punching other mechs. And it'd have stuff like one of the things I've been thinking of is like a grappling spear arm that has a like pneumatic claw on it, kind of like a king crab.
He's got like a fucking cook on it and shit. Ugh.
Yeah, I could do like the scorpion, like get over here move, and then just start crushing an enemy mech. And these would like be different sizes and shapes and everything. It's not just one. Like uniform size. I've just been looking at a bunch of different stuff for it just to get ideas. You know, definitely some Lancer vibes I like, because I've not played Lancer, but I love the art for that series. You know, it's done by the same guy that did Kill 6 Billion Demons, and it really shows. His arc is wonderfully surreal. I forget his name, unfortunately, but that's definitely a comic I recommend if people don't know.
Oh yeah, I've heard he's popular.
Oh yeah, but his art for Lancer is just awesome.
He certainly likes his feet, his robot feet. I don't mean feet like stompy foot. I mean like little individual toes.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I've seen those. They look real weird, but also makes things fun. Let's see here.
I keep joking about like if someone should make a robot feet OnlyFans.
Ugh, I hate it. Also, I'm going to change this arm. Actually, I think I'm gonna. I want to give him a sword because a sword would be fucking sweet.
Come on, Sword is old school, man. Give him something like unique, like something brutal,
all right.
something post-apocalyptic.
All right.
All
right. You want me to give him something different than
give
a sword?
give him like some rebar with some cement at the end of it.
Well, it's not that post-apocalyptic. There's still like states and stuff, but yeah, like I guess the best way I could describe it would be like you know, there's basically this planet, you know, a lot of it's wasteland and stuff. There's bandits, but there's also like numerous city-states that are all fighting to take control of the planet and just, you know, rebuild Slam to what it once was. And you know how that song and dance goes.
Imagine like a Periphery world that had a mech factory.
I mean, that's essentially
had, lots of mech, and it lost contact during one of the founding wars or something like that. So it's like they have no way of getting to space.
Honestly, that's not too far off from what I'm thinking for this.
They fucked up one of the moons, and there's just a massive debris field, and they have to deal with like meteorite shitting all the time, and they can't get into space because they're like a freaking veil of asteroids that clank into them.
Andy, I feel like you should be writing this down. Because I like those ideas. Or I feel like I should be writing this down.
You can't get to space because one of the moons got fucked up.
Well, man, I don't want to keep giving away details for it, but the event that does destroy, or that is like the post-apocalyptic catalyst event, is called The Reckoning, but it's spelled W-R-E-C-K.
Lol.
I thought I was being so clever with that one.
Well, it sounds kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, this is not meant to be a serious series at all. Like I said, this is inspired by Megas XLR, so it's going to be like... It's going to be real, like, punk, heavy metal type dealio with a lot of it. At least that's in my mind. I don't intend to make this a serious series too much. You know, it's not going to be 40K. I suppose I could say,
Yeah.
which you know,
It is for. It's gonna be like early 40K where it was very.
Yeah, where it was fun.
Yeah, it's gonna take like 20 years before like if someone else buys it from you.
I would not sell any of the series that I wrote if I'm honest. I care about this stuff too much to want to just sell it. You know. Not unless I'd have a guarantee they would continue it on instead that I would want it to be.
You know what? Imagine a mech with a fucking slingshot. Or sling. Not a slingshot like Dennis the Menace. I'm talking about like David and Goliath sling.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, that could definitely be something you could add to this. But I mean, I have all sorts of crazy weapon ideas that I wouldn't mind doing.
A mech throwing a javelin.
Oh no, we're doing crazier shit than that.
A mech with like a composite crossbow, not crossbow, but a composite bow.
That
like
actually could be
bars.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, there's still like ballistic weapons and stuff, but it's definitely rare. There's also like lost tech essentially, so you would be able to find if you're lucky, you'd be able to find like lasers and stuff, but those are not a common thing in it by any means. My whole problem is I don't like I want to do this, but it's also like I would definitely need someone to help me write this stuff in terms of gameplay because I don't know shit when it comes to making RPGs. You know, I very much can write settings and world build, but when it comes to actually crunch, that's where I'm like, nah. Yeah. Like, basically, this is at like the just kind of like having fun with it and seeing what I can come up with stage.
I mean, the only thing I got close to this world building wise, close.
I like that idea guy brought away. Sorry, what? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's alright. Like, my idea of, like, imagine Hogwarts and Pokemon and Monster Hunter.
I mean, that could be something cool you could work with. I could see you doing a lot of fun stuff with that.
It's like your typical high fantasy world, and there would be a system of schools. Yeah. Like, one of their major problems is they have, like, espers, like, you know, kind of like the monsters from Monster Hunter, and, you know...
I suppose so. I've not really watched Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I keep thinking of Monster Rancher,
like, it's hard to fight them off. It's like...
Gotcha.
And summoners are like... They can specifically attune themselves to a spiritual creature or monster that, like, they can control, or at least influence. Yeah. And they can use that monster to fight off the other wild monsters and all that, and people that the bad people that have them.
I will be right back in a sec.
Okay. A stompy robot with the big old glutes. I gotta pet my kitty. She's so affectionate lately. She's gotta have. I gotta grab her belly, her belly bag, and I gotta squeeze it and I gotta shake it. You like
about your cat?
Yeah.
That's actually partly why I got up. I heard my cat putting meowing, so I went to go give him some head scritches and also turn on the lamps and stuff when my wife gets home. Because I'm sure she's definitely going to be in cozy mode when she gets home. Knowing, I mean, it's just been crummy weather all day here, so.
Yeah. She loves it. Yes, Tiger loves it.
Both of our cats were snuggling together last night, so we took all the pictures. It was adorable.
I really see my cats lying together, like. Tiger is, if I'm home, Tiger's usually like sitting right next to me, and Binksy is just off doing her own thing. And
Hello, TK.
I,
Welcome.
honestly, I don't think Binksy gets to see me as much as she likes to because I think Tiger is just that possessive.
I can see that. You know, cat. I that are just the cats can definitely be territorial. I know that Yogurt tends to like she'll sit with Pudding and stuff, but there's definitely times where she gets annoyed with him just being so aggressive with like grooming and stuff. Because he's that sort of like Pudding is a very like friendly cat. Gert is to some extent, but she also will run and hide. So, all right, let's see. What do I want to do for this melee weapon? I did like the halberd idea actually. So, you know what? Let's make it a halberd, but it's like pneumatic on the end.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah. Just at work today, just having all these ideas and wishing I was off. Like I got having an early day tomorrow, but
Are you daydreaming, Krispy?
every day of my life, man, I'm always thinking of stuff. My wife has to snap her fingers in front of me sometimes because I got that 1,000-yard stare because I'm often thinking of shit.
What if what if orcs were like the Germans in World War One, and like the hobbits were the English, and like the Americans were like dwarfs, and
No, man, I don't know about that. That doesn't sound possible.
we need like a post-industrial like fantasy setting, and like everybody's got like gunpowder and iron and shit, and they're like fucking each other up in war, and like
I'm
it's
really
all the
glad you
same,
added
man.
that caveat there because that was going to be an entirely different kind of setting for a moment.
It's not that magic doesn't exist. It's just that like technology is so much more like convenient, man. It's like,
I think you're describing Arcanum.
oh god, man. It's like the orcs are like, oh god, we get
Actually,
like,
a really fun setting I like is the Iron Kingdom setting, which I'm glad War Machine's kind of making a comeback. Although the unfortunate part is it's much more expensive now because, from what I understand, apparently their business model of selling cheaper starter boxes is part of the reason why they went out of why Privateer had issues because it was like I'm not 100% sure on this, but it
there
might be this.
there are
They've been like
plenty of like tabletop board games are basically like, here's the rules to play. Models, fuck you. Go.
yeah. Well, yeah, I think it just was a case where it's like making the stuff became more expensive. Like it was costing the money in the long run, kind of like. And this is a fun little music bit. So New Order, when they put out their single for Blue Monday, the company that did the prints, I want to say it was Factory Records. I could be wrong, but they didn't think it was going to be nobody thought it was going to be a big hit, so they printed it on like the way they packaged it was actually like when the single took off, it actually ended up costing them money, and it's the reason the company went bankrupt because they had to pay for every single single of New Order's Blue Monday. So that's fun.
I don't understand, but I think it's stupid.
Oh, it's just a matter of
It's
you
all
know
stupid, and they should be punished for it.
it's finding that balance between making something with quality and making something where people can afford to buy it and you can afford to make it. Which is something that can be an issue sometimes. You know. At least I think it is. When it comes to my overhead, at least when I make prints, that doesn't cost me too much. Oh, that's right. I know what I want to do for this arm. Actually, gonna make my life a little bit easier with this too. Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, here's a cool idea. They know how they know how to like make mechs, and they have factories that make mechs. They forgot how to make like wheeled vehicles.
I actually had ideas that involved wheeled vehicles. For instance,
I got you.
well, let's just say Deserts of Karak is definitely a bit of influence on some of the stuff I'm thinking of for this. Uh, I mean, my kind of thought is like they can. I will obviously admit that I have taken some pages when it comes to this from BattleTech, and part of that being, you know, they can still make some mechs and stuff, but it's a much more long and complicated process, and they can't make them as sophisticated. So it's like, you know, like making a Starlink era Highlander versus like a Succession Wars era Highlander.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't really know much about BattleTech's story.
Sorry, I'm being given a Sub-Zero fatality by my wife. She's, oh god, her hands are so cold.
Oh God, emotion.
Rail, actually, that the wheels idea was definitely one I have. Actually, one of the things I'm doing with this one currently is he's gonna have tread feetsies. Because I've been getting into heavy gear. Oh, it's Storm!
Oh,
He made it!
there are several mechs where there are several mechs that have like they basically have wheelies, like their heels have wheels.
Yeah, I know, that's actually... Hi, Storm.
I am
It's
here
Storm,
to invoke
everybody.
the red prima nocta.
I go prima nocta your.
Hold on.
I don't want
I
to get
have
the
something
stream
for you. I
taken
just
down.
thought of...
Oh my.
So yeah, I am working currently on a mech for the Legends of Slam setting I came up with, because I've been thinking about that all week.
Yeah.
You know, all I'm thinking of is Comet Slam. Jam.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna open with that. I had that thought.
Hi, Cookie Mama.
Hi, Cookie. Actually, let me see
Coffee
here.
Mama.
Andy, this is why you freaked me out at the meetup with the glass incident.
So,
have
Makes
have
me
we told
think
that
of,
story?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we told that story. Andy
Okay.
shadowing the class.
Yeah. I like literally my eyes went wide.
You look like a deer in the headlights.
I was a deer in the headlights, man. I was like, oh god!
He's finally snapped. He's
It's
gonna
a
kill us all.
It's
I always knew this day would come.
Let's see. But yeah, no, actually, I had a funny thing I wanted to say. As soon as sorry, I just got home from the doctor and we got a cold snap today. So
Did they reattach your foreskin?
Yes, in fact, no. So, no, unfortunately, so I got good news, which was technically bad news, but the fact that it was the most minor bad news meant it was good news. Which is, we thought that I may have a very severe hand injury or something. And it's like, no, you've just had carpal tunnel for like 4 or 5 years and haven't attended to it, so we're going to start attending to it. So that's why my drawing has been slow. That's why my drumming, I've only ever been able to do 4 or 5 songs in a row.
At least they know now.
Yeah, and so it's eminently fixable, and that's a good thing. So... but no, sorry, I just read Rail's response. Wow, UNC.
God, we're going hard right now,
I mean-
aren't we?
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke where the doctor says like, "Sir, I'm sorry to inform you, but we found out that you're Jewish."
How do they do that? Is that like a blood test from the thing? They stick a hot needle in it, and if the... Never mind, I'm not going to finish that thought.
It's the beard. You can usually tell with the beard.
Yeah, if
That or my blood will be like 80% horseradish by volume.
It's-
No,
it
you
yells
poke the blood with a
"Oy vey"
hot
and
poker
runs
and it
away.
goes, "Oy vey."
Cookie Mama is just like, oh my god, Crispy, yeah, let's rein it in, boys.
Yo, that's fine. That's fine. That's as spicy as I'm getting today. We're sticking to Szechuan spicy. We're not going Dave's insanity.
Please do not be Prince Albert on fire, says Cookie.
No, if I was gonna be going Dave's insanity sauce, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, right. That was one of those funny ideas I had. So we both have our mech settings that we're working on.
Yes,
I have Thronebreaker.
you
You have Legends of Slam, and the idea I had was, what if each other's idea was canonically a TV show in the other one's setting?
Oh, I like that idea. That's kind of fun.
So Legends of Slam is like a kind of a comedy mech thing, or maybe it's even like professional wrestling with mechs.
Yes! Actually, I like that idea.
But then in Legends of
Ooh.
Slam, Thronebreaker is like the super edgy, we take ourselves serious kind of drama. Or war drama.
Well, it's funny because my setting's post-apocalyptic, so I like the idea where some people think it's actually based on a true story. So it's like a historical documentary.
Yep.
Which actually, that would be kind of funny if it ends up being the case where it's like, oh, this was a colony world in your setting.
Yep. To Rail's point, we're basically a bunch of fire elementals living in a wooden house.
Yes. Life's a beach and we're eating the sand.
Ow.
Works though, doesn't it?
Yep. What do you... hey, so, Crispy, Andy,
Yes.
what do you call it when a minister blesses the dairy?
Cow.
Pasteurized milk.
Oh, God damn it. How long have you been sitting on that one?
About 2 or 3 days.
Probably has been sitting on
It's
it
actually
too.
less time than I expected.
That explains why the joke came out so flat.
God, you guys are making my skin start to curdle.
Yeah, the joke's kind of soured a bit.
Oh, God damn it.
It's getting pretty cheesy.
This is
You guys
unbelievable.
really know the way.
You'll stop this if you know it's Gouda for you.
Rail's like sitting in his chair. He's like having an epileptic seizure right now.
Yeah, he's like, must tell dad jokes in chat.
Cookie says they'll milk this joke until the cows come home. I mean, depending on...
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one right there, Cookie.
Depending
Or
on
until we go to the barn, until we go to the barn, they're wearing leather straps and they're whipping each other.
Oh, no, don't bring that back up again. I just forgot about that.
Yeah, the jokes are getting kind of grating. Haha. Anyways, the Hells are the gutsiest people I know. They're willing to risk it for the brisket. Wow, Moyles. Oh, I hate that, Samurai. I hate that. And we're sending that to my rabbi.
Things I wasn't expected to hear on the stream today.
Because in other contexts, he's one of my D&D friends, and we play a lot of video games and such, prior to him becoming my rabbi, or a rabbi altogether. The last message I sent to him was Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII saying, "Out of my way, I'm going to see a therapist." The end.
Yeah, I saw.
I do like the idea of you fighting your rabbi in Quake Deathmatch or some shit.
Nah, if I were to describe my rabbi as a gamer, his favorite game is, at this point, probably Stardew Valley.
I can see that.
But luckily, he's very much about story-oriented games, so like...
I'd be concerned if his favorite game was RimWorld. Just like, what are you getting up to in that game, sir?
While this is not the language he would use, he would definitely if he were using our parlance, he would describe RimWorld as far too autistic for his blood.
That's fair. I also just had the thought of him playing RimWorld, and it's that meme from VeggieTales, like, what you have done has made God very angry.
We are all moonsters, apparently, says Troa.
Is that like a hipster, but like more like witchy?
Potentially.
Also true. How's heavy arms?
Rail says, today's dad joke. Why didn't the vampire attack Taylor Swift? She had bad blood.
God damn it.
Well, we see Father Bill in space all the time. Yeah, no, my rabbi, he's the kind of gamer who vocally declared Mountain Blade to be bullshit because there are too many things to keep track of. Which
you know what? That is not a controversial statement.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But it means that stuff like Warno, Hearts of Iron, and
Warno's a lot,
and Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld would just be right out. But yeah, he likes building games, so like SimCity and Minecraft and Stardew and stuff. Recreating the diaspora in RimWorld. Okay, well, first we have to start with the Roman invasion of Palestine or of Israel, and then forcibly renaming it Palestine.
I don't want a history lesson in my RimWorld game. I don't know. Yeah, my RimWorld game already is like.
But Krispy,
weird as shit.
Are there not people in this legion that would want a history lesson in their RimWorld game?
Yes, there are.
Then think of them, Krispy. Don't be selfish.
Oh God. Yeah, let's reenact the tragedy of the Batavia.
I am the Hebroni.
I have the very tempting urge to give this thing sort of a Zaku head, but I don't know. Very much a lot of this setting is just rough ideas at this point. I mean, it's like about a week old. So. Yeah. What's that fucking line from Iron Giant? It's like, do I have to... Oh, having to cut the umbilical cord so soon after giving birth. Just like when the army shows up and it's like... He just like fools them into thinking the Iron Giant is a statue. I'm not even sure if I'll get to final line art on this, which I would assume people probably are okay with.
So obviously you are speaking from a humorous perspective, Crafty. No, the giraffe, though a clean animal unto itself, would not be considered kosher if that is how it died. Giraffes are kosher, but you have to kill the animal cleanly and humanely.
So if it dies of an overdose in Las Vegas, does that count as humanely and cleanly, or...?
I wouldn't want to eat...
My interpretation is...
It's probably not the best way.
If it died without pain.
Okay, so...
Now that said, there might be other reasons to not eat that meat.
We've overdosed it on peyote.
Whacker wants you to know, Crispy, that he's agrees with you on not wanting the Roman invasion in RimWorld. Also, he hates all of us.
Well, I always assumed the second part there.
Oh.
Actually, I will say that my current RimWorld game may have been a little bit of inspiration for this, because I have mech suits in my RimWorld game, thanks to the Dead Man Switch mods, which... Man, it's really easy to deal with invasions from people when you have a fucking mech suit. It's like, oh, they're showing up, get the shotguns.
The holy shotguns.
Yeah, it's like a 2 gauge.
So
just insta-kill dudes with that thing.
Yeah. So I am super happy. That soundtrack I am working on. I've got 25 minutes of it done.
Nice.
And Meister's got another 12 minutes of it done, so that's more than halfway, and I think we can get probably 80% of it done, which means that we'll only have to use about like 20% licensable material.
That's good. I mean, you guys are like the best audio guys I know, so I can definitely see you getting it done.
Maestro is great to work with. Like,
yes,
we've only gotten
Maestro's awesome.
We've only gotten to do a couple things together thus far, but
He's also really fun to play with in tabletop because he was Dan in our Star Wars game, which actually I think we put out our latest episode Thursday. But
UNC Samurai says Whacker doesn't want the Roman invasion because it reminds him too much of his midlife crisis.
was he Caligula?
Potentially. Also, I've been ordered by Whacker to tell you, shut up, Andrew!
Whacker says a lot of things that we just tend to ignore.
Okay.
Andrew, fight back! It's just sad if you don't.
Oh. Whacker,
You got big feet and you live in a tree, Whacker.
Sensible.
I like that.
That's like my go-to insult to people when I just want to be dumb.
You know what? When Whacker pulls his shoes off, his like the front of his feet starts uncurling out. They're just long and flat.
It's like the Wicked Witch from the fucking...
Yeah, except the reverse.
Yes.
Man, shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, instead of like the witch coming after him for his shoes, they like.
I got a very rude phone call from Whacker on Sunday, because he was having a dinner date with Halion, and I was like, why didn't you invite me, you slut?
Well, I mean, I think they were going to do something special afterwards.
I know. I'm upset about it because I wasn't invited.
It cuts to Whacker and Halion, and you're hearing very suggestive noises, but then it cuts to them and they're playing Twister.
Oh, no, I had a different idea where it was just going to cut to both of them to sleep in armchairs.
Let's see. I will convey the message, El Coco Momo. Also, when I do the Legion version of Bohemian Rhapsody, it's going to include Cookie just killed a man.
Okay, this music definitely sounds like some Rage Against the Machine.
Because she's Cookie Mama.
Oh no, what I'm listening to right now. Yeah. I've been getting back into Rage Against the Machine this week. It's been a while since I've listened to it, but...
Yeah.
I've been on a bit of a grunge kick, I guess you could say. Listening to them
so
Audio
excited.
Slave. Soundgarden. What?
I'm so excited because in 10 days, my favorite band, I get to see them, as well as two other bands I really like that are playing with them.
Nice.
In Denver. In real 3D!
At the Denver airport.
But yeah, the band in question, Blind Guardian, German power thrash metal.
You do like your power metal. I got an earful of that when we were at the meetup.
Yeah, you heard some Blind Guardian. And then Enciferum, which is Finnish folk metal. And Seven Kingdoms, which is like a younger Blind Guardian, but with a female singer.
I was just listening to a podcast talking about Norwegian black metal, and it's just like, man, that is some of the dumbest shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the majority of black metal is not good.
Well, like, listening to, like, the whole story of, like, the 90s, like, black metal scene in Norway was just...
Oh, yeah.
Man. A lot of dumb shit happened in that.
Yeah. And, I mean, music scenes have all of their... Oh, yeah, UNC...
Oh, 100%.
UNC says, all hail Lucifer. For those that don't know, we have a statue here in Colorado, just outside of DIA.
Oh, yes.
Which is a large metallic statue of a Bronco, per our football team, the Broncos, rearing up on its hind legs, and at night its eyes glow red. It should be noted that this had to be finished by a second sculptor because the first sculptor fell off of it and died mid-sculpture.
It required a sacrifice.
So the giant red-eyed horse that killed its owner is sort of our state, symbol now. And, of course, as one of the Colorado bronies, we consider it our guardian deity.
As you do. We just have Gus the Groundhog. You sell lottery tickets on TV.
And Cookie, Whacker says, yes, it was glorious.
Whacker says a lot of things. I think he's...
I wish I could, Samurai. I really wish I could. Yeah. So, yeah. The aliens living under DIA, not the weirdest thing there.
No, it's probably the food court is the weirdest thing.
Yeah. I actually barely go to DIA anymore. I've actually gone out of my way to try to take as many flights from Colorado Springs itself. Because... don't get me wrong, DIA is actually kind of a nice place in terms of, like, feeling and design and shit. But large airports are just a nightmare, period.
Yeah. I will say, for the meetup, I was very much dreading flying because the last time I flew was, like, over a decade ago, and it was a nightmare because it was delays and cancellations. It was out to California, so we had to fly out the day after that we were supposed to, so we missed a bus ride we were supposed to take to where we were going, and it was just like a colossal mess there and back. But going to the meetup, I actually did not really have much of any problems when it came to delays or anything. I think the worst I had was on my way home, and that was just like a luggage issue that accidentally happened. For the most part, it went very smoothly, which I was quite happy about, because that was honestly like my big dread was just getting stuck in delay hell and having to spend more time in the airport than I wanted to.
Yeah.
Hoping it's like that next year for the meetup. Actually, I mostly just hope I can go to the meetup next year, but that's a whole other issue.
Yes. So how is Andy today?
I'm okay. How are you? It's
Walker,
raining
I'm
a
not
lot down
saying
here.
I'm not saying that on stream.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my prices.
Oh,
Okay, I am saying it on stream. The reason his flights are bad is because he drinks all of the complimentary booze, then starts finger painting on his face. On the full
Alright, is that
train
fucking
in front of
Whacker?
him. Yes, while listening to Pachelbel's Canon in G is done by the Stooges.
Okay, first of all, I actually don't have the Stooges on my MP3 player. Yes, I have an MP3 player.
Fucking hipster.
I don't want to deal with the streaming bullshit. I like having music that I have actual files of.
It's so delightful to crank your yank.
I hate. Just because I like stuff that isn't mainstream doesn't mean I'm a fucking hipster.
Now, I will say something very nice about Krispy here, which is he's very considerate of other people's feelings. Like a pansy. No.
Listen here, you... Never mind, I'm not going to finish that thought because it's going to say things that are going to get me in trouble on this stream. No, I am very self-conscious about, like, how I act towards people.
Well, honestly, you are a great guy.
Thank you.
No matter what everyone else says.
I thought you called him a grave mind.
The ignorant...
You are the grave mind.
I'm a giant Venus flytrap.
Yeah, basically.
I'm the monument to all your sins.
Yes.
I need to play the Halo campaigns more. I don't have it installed because, good God, that's a lot of storage space on my computer. Alright, I don't know who made this music on Epidemic, but they definitely like Soundgarden and Audio Slave.
Rail says, Krispy, I've seen your hipster, and you are in fact a hipster.
I do have some thick thighs to save lives.
Your hips don't lie.
I got glutes for the sleuts.
UNC says, for any who are morbidly curious, I have posted a pic in the Aux chat.
A picture of what?
What?
Yeah, he said if you're morbidly curious, and it's a Nox chat. Let me go
I'm
check,
scared.
because now as a mod, I feel like I have to... Yeah,
Did you post a picture of my dummy thighs?
probably. I hate that your name in the Ox is currently Uwu NC Samurai. If it's the picture of the kitties, this is acceptable.
I do like kitties. I have 2 of them.
Right, quickly, what kind of phone do you have?
Oh, it's like a Samsung or some shit.
Okay, I thought so. So, you're going to want to check, because they said that there's been some trouble with Samsungs recently. Something about the clocks getting weird, and it kind of messes with some of the phone's functions.
Like, how so?
Well, usually, it'll screw up, the time text messages arrive and things like that. It could also end up, basically powering down the phone.
Interesting.
It's supposed to be fixed in an update or two, but you might want to check it real quick.
I've not noticed any sorts of issues at the moment, but I will keep an eye out for that. I will say that I tend to turn my phone off to recharge, or just turn my phone off at points, so that might help. I know apparently that's a factor when it comes to recharging.
Okay, I'm going to stop the bullshit. I'm trying to get you to check your phone in some surreptitious way because Whacker apparently wants you to see something.
Of course Whacker wants me to see something. Probably his goatsy. Oh, it's a middle finger. Okay. Let me see if I have anything horrible I can send to Whacker real quick.
Let me send you pictures of my boobs.
Delicious.
2 months in a bank week. Wow, Ramshackle is on the 65 stream streak. Sweet.
Yay.
Cookie Mama, for legal reasons, this is a catastrophe.
You know what?
We are in fact joking, folks. Whacker has only received pictures of my nipples once, and he did in fact request them. Now, what he did with them, I don't know.
Turns out you have an OnlyFans now.
That's the best I could hope for.
It really is.
Whacker is raging at me in private chat right now.
Oh, I'm shocked by that.
Only pones.
Ponely fans.
Amphorce. Will travel.
Oh, this is looking pretty solid, I want to say.
Also, I'm going to reveal that Krispy's real name is Levi Stravinsky.
I do have a friend named Levi.
Of course, I hope you're your own friend. Because if you aren't, you have nobody else.
I like me.
Would you like me?
I'd like me.
Whacker, you've done it now. I'm sending you Vivek memes.
Come, Nerevar. Dab on them haters. Come, Nerevar, hit the gritty with me.
Andy, update on your fat, spoiled cats.
Tiger is nuzzled against my foot, and Binksy is probably, like, being fat somewhere.
Excellent, excellent. It's what we like to hear.
Oh, yeah, the mod for Skyrim with the big author companion. Believe me, Cookie, there was serious talk among us about playing that on stream, but we realized some of it's too much even for us. Like, don't get me wrong, Krispy and I aren't exactly the most cautious of people, but there comes a point where we're just like, it's kind of like shooting a machine gun point blank at a metal wall. It's not a good idea.
I can only imagine what kind of mod it must be, knowing Skyrim mods.
So, imagine they got the thing where the AI that can impersonate Dig Author's voice, and they have him saying things people wrote on Reddit.
Oh no!
It's hilarious. You should absolutely check it out. But no, like that goes from our M/R rating to straight up like NC-17 XXX bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Whacker tells me that the filter between Crispy's brain cell and mouth has more holes than there are atoms in my left butt cheek.
You know what the scary part is for Whacker? My filtering is much better than it used to be.
Well, you are growing up. So fast.
I guess this is growing up.
Do you have that time to listen to
That's
me?
Green Day.
No!
That's Green. That's not Blink 182. That's Green Day.
Storm, storm.
So, Andy, I've decided in your honor I'm going to make a channel.
Oh no!
Now, you and Whacker have been saying this for a while now.
Well, in this case, all it is every episode is a video essay on a different game that Halo clearly ripped off.
I hate it.
It's like Halo ripped off StarCraft. Halo ripped off
What?
Super
You know,
Metroid. Halo ripped off.
Is it because I like video essays? Like, weirdly? Because I watched one last night about the guy talking about
I love
how
video essays.
how accurate Full Metal Alchemist was to the lore of real world lore of alchemy. Like, one of the characters' name is from a very high known alchemist. Hohenheim, yeah.
He's actually considered the father of the kind of godfather of modern medical theory, which is that you can use poison to poison the poison.
Yo, dog.
Full Metal Alchemist, from what I've seen, that's one of my favorite, like, forgive me, but it's one of my, like, most interesting renditions of God, as, like, it's a version of you, like, truth. They call him truth in there, right?
Yeah.
And I just like the idea of, like, when you die, you actually have to face yourself, and it's like, oh God.
Yep.
Oh man, to quote one of my favorite Queens of the Stone Age albums, "God is on the radio."
You can't, I mean, you can lie to yourself, but
I do every day.
it's
Yep.
it's
That's how you
hard.
overcome the imposter syndrome.
I'll be right back. God's Ingress Chihuahua is throwing up a fit. BRB.
I didn't know you had to talk
Mr.
about dog.
Bobs! Mr. Bobs! Oh no, Mr. Bobs!
Yeah, we're gonna change that up. Yeah, make it more square.
Like, your head's all square, man.
Oh, it'd be like that. Just trying to get away a little bit from the look of the Zaku.
There was a really like high detailed Zaku model at the Hobby Lobby I was visiting the other day, and it's like I think it's one of the ones from the Netflix show because there's a lot of shit hanging.
Oh, if it's the brown and red one, then yeah, I have that one. It is very detailed. I need to finish that one actually. I've had that. I just need to finish it because I've had that and I finished the Gundam from that, which is also very heavily detailed, but.
You know what you remember the Fermi paradox?
I'm familiar with it, yes.
So I saw an interesting take on it where like aliens discover Earth and like all the humans have put themselves in basically like dream pods, and like nobody wants to leave.
Yeah, it's kind of the Matrix.
Like almost like
scenario.
self-induced Matrix. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Oh yeah, no, I'm there. I'm not a fan of that either.
No,
Fermi,
there are things.
the Fermi paradox, it basically it stems from an equation that Enrico Fermi did, who was one of the wonderful minds that was in part of the Manhattan Project and all that fun stuff of the Cold War. It was basically in response to an equation he did where it mathematically proved that there is extraterrestrial life in the universe, and it was basically the question of like, so where is everyone? Why have they not come to visit Earth? And it's just various scenarios looking at like why that would be the case. From like we wiped ourselves out to we can't actually communicate with said aliens to they have no interest in us because they're just so vastly different. Stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
there's also like the dark forest where nobody wants to make a sound because everybody else is predatory, and it's like
Yeah.
announcing yourself.
Or
Also, it's like
it goes a step further because it's not just that everyone's predatory; it's that even the ones who aren't are going to assume that everyone else is, so they're going to strike preemptively.
Yeah. I think the best way I heard that theory described, it's like imagine being in in Central State Park or in Central Park in New York City at midnight with the lights off, but there's no cops.
Also, I'm back. Yeah. My take on the Fermi paradox: they're just really, 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 really buttfuck far away.
I could see that. Well, I don't know. My view on extraterrestrial life, or at least like, I guess it really depends on if the UFOs and things we're seeing are actually extraterrestrial craft piloted by extraterrestrials. There is the possibility of interdimensional travel, but that's if that's that, like honestly, when it comes to the UFO stuff, I don't want to say for sure what any of it is because I honestly don't know. I've got my hopes and theories as to what it could be, but that's part of it.
I find a concept that it's easier to like rip a hole through dimensional space and just go to other realities than it is to like zip across the universe at like faster than light speeds. It's like it blows my mind.
Well, here's the thing: who's to say that they're not one and the same thing? Where it's like, what if the idea of hyperspace is that of just ripping a hole into another dimension? I mean, 40K does it.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I would think find that as like, well, we can't technically force ourselves through our space like that, but we could go to these coordinates. We could go to almost any coordinates in this universe. Or
Yeah, I
three
get you.
right turns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I can understand that. Yeah, it's fun stuff to think about. For
It's
sure.
almost the same as like, oh, if you go, the one where it's like if you travel through hell, it's like 8 times faster or something like that because it's so small or something.
Well,
I don't know.
The Event
That's,
Horizon.
fucking Minecraft.
Well, Minecraft got it from something else. Was it? Isn't it? What's that? What's that? No, no.
I don't know.
I swear it was like another show or something like that. I don't know.
Also, a Helion.
Oh, hello, Hellion.
What's all this then?
This is from my mech setting Legends of Slam. You might know about it. I've been talking to you about it most of the week.
Come on and slam. We're gonna fucking jam.
There's a line from How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey that I feel like applies to Krispy, and it would be the moment you see Whacker and Helion in a room together, and just with your face screwed up in anger, going, "Are you two still living?"
You broads are still alive.
I thought I killed you. No.
So I posted a meme picture thing. School goes into lockdown over mountain lion. Turns out it was just a really fat cat.
It sounds like Colorado.
There's a video of a lady. There's a video of a lady like holding what looks like a full-grown mountain lion, and she's going down the street in the suburbs, and the thing is freaking out like, and she's like holding it and just talking to it, like probably like yelling at it. And turns out the lady was like fostering it, like it's like a not domesticated, but when they
Was it an actual mountain lion?
you can't release it into a wild. Yeah.
Wow.
And she's walking down the street with this damn thing, holding it like a kid holding a giant cat, and the cat's like throwing a fit. It's hilarious and wondrous, and I don't know. I've noticed that normally when you think of domesticated animals, you got cats and dogs, and then you got like a few other like turtles and fish and shit like that. But now, I don't know. I'm starting to think we're taking it too. We just have just. We
I
just
definitely think
have
people
so
don't
many,
need to
like
have.
I saw this video of this alligator. This guy has an alligator climbing, like he's on the couch with him, and the alligator slides up the couch along him, and the alligator is looking at this man with these big doughy eyes, like I love you.
Truly, after I don't think anyone needs to own something like a chimpanzee.
Oh no, that's.
I've seen enough
We've already
examples of why that's
several people. Yeah, if you watch the movie Nope, that's like based off of a real thing.
That's the scene I was thinking of. Actually, was the Nope chimpanzee scene, because that was like, I don't think anyone needs to own a chimp after seeing that.
Chimps are evil.
Oh, wow.
They will
Apparently,
fucking murder you.
Apparently, the guy that played Yuri in Red Alert died yesterday.
Yes, he passed, unfortunately. R.I.P.
Udo Kier. So, Crispy, I assume at some point your projects have gotten big enough where, like, you have to load, like, 70 or 80 layers and it, like, takes a while to load?
I don't want to say specifically it's been that amount, but it's definitely been a fair amount where I've... Like, if I would select it all and try to do something with those layers, it would definitely choke on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm at the point in one of the soundtracks I'm working on for text that to open up this 10-minute long musical file with all these instruments is like, hey, guess what? It's going to take 3.5 minutes to open it, and if you click anything while it's opening, it will crash.
I mean,
God,
I can
I
definitely
just
see
thought
that
of
when it comes
something.
to audio files.
What you're
What's that,
saying,
Andy?
Andy?
I thought of a funny scenario, like somebody grabs like Van Gogh, or not Van Gogh, like somebody grabs Michelangelo or one of the great old Renaissance artists, and they bring them back in time and they start trying to explain digital art to them. It's like, okay, you got to make this layer right here.
See, I had a different thought as to where that conversation was going to go. You were going to bring him to the 80s and introduce him to live-action Ninja Turtles. Just see what happens. I feel like if you got I'd be very curious to see what an artist, a master, I guess you could say, because that's basically what they are. The masters, like what it would be like if they learned digital stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he'd be like, this is cheating and bullshit. Anybody that uses this crap isn't a real artist.
And they're like, oh, wait till you see AI, buddy.
I mean, well, that's fair.
I know.
As somebody who's a big fan of film scoring, like, I was reading John Williams' biography, and apparently, and I sort of knew about this, but, like, I didn't really know the depths of it, but until about 35, 40 years ago, soundtrack work for film was actually considered, like, really low-rent, really, like, low-class way of doing music by those who were in the music world.
I'm not surprised by that.
Like, John Williams is apparently the person who sort of ultimately, quote, legitimized it in popular culture.
I could see that. I mean, that's how Hans Zimmer kind of made his bones, was being kind of a hired gun with a lot of that stuff before he started doing soundtrack stuff, which is what he's well known for.
Yeah.
You know? Like, apparently he did editing work for bands like The Damned, you know, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... really wish it was easier to make a living doing freelance art than it was, but I don't want to get into my own gripes about
I'm
things.
going to tell you guys something. And you might think less of me, but I've just got to say it.
What?
I have opinions.
No, not saying it so.
Yes, I have thoughts of my own that do not align with others.
What opinions? Well, actually, I shudder to ask what those opinions are.
My shame is great.
What is it, Andy? Tell us your sins.
I'm just saying that I in fact no, it's the fact that you have opinions. Period. That's the joke.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to start pulling out a chart and getting us some controversial topics that I can't say on the stream.
No, I don't. I'm not going to step on your toes.
Oh, okay.
Puff puff pass, man.
I mean, I would consider that controversial versus other things that I could bring up on stream, like that list that we won't mention. That the day it's time to end it all.
Oh gosh, I've added some new content to the Alabama Habsburgs list on that note.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. I've started my own version of the Alabama Habsburgs.
Crispy, that doesn't look like an actuating head.
Like a one that rotates? It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Also,
does.
note, guys, we are getting some of the bullshit from Twitch right now.
What in terms of what?
Yeah.
Just
like
Just
it's
like-
slowing down, and people say it's cutting.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I want
So-
before stream started. I was having internet connectivity issues, so I don't know if that's part of it or not. But for people that are experiencing slowdowns on stream, I apologize. Unfortunately, there's not really much we can do on our end about it. It's just something that happens. I wish it didn't, but I don't know. Do they still do the Tuesday updates like they do, or do they not?
That I do not know. My good friend.
I could not tell you. All I know is I'm more concerned about drawing Max. So if the stream dies, the stream. If it dies, it dies.
So apparently there's only one state in the union that is considered triple landlocked, which is Nebraska.
I don't know why, but that just seems fitting.
Nebraska, the dark heart of the United States.
I thought that was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. No, that's the cholesterol-infused heart of the United States.
I guess that explains Jeffrey Dahmer. He was from Wisconsin.
Ah, he was into cheese.
You could say that.
Oh yeah, don't you know? How much is that Drano there?
Ah,
What
yes.
the
His arts and crafts projects were unique.
What's up, Storm?
So Andy, if you go to meme spam in the Legion and just
I'm
go
scared.
up like 2 memes.
Do I want to know?
It's an Herbie made out of human muscle.
Oh, they made a
And it has
Cronenbergy.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
seeing I'm seeing the guy on top of the baler like breaking all sorts of rules, man.
Yeah.
I will
It's
say
Mr.
this,
Rusty.
just from where I live, farmers are not ones that really care about OSHA.
Oh yeah, that was another another song I need to put in. My brain is not OSHA compliant.
Oh, I knew that.
Now I had one of my partners at work yesterday. We were joking around, and he said something about like your brain is a dangerous thing, and or no, he said like the inside of your mind would be a dangerous thing, and I'm like, my brain's not OSHA compliant.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
Apparently,
I
that
agree with
tickled
that
him.
statement. I think it is not OSHA compliant. Oh God, I
They're
have
not
zoomed
OSHA
out too
compliant.
far.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw this. I was watching I was watching Internet City react to spooky videos, and like this 2-ton boulder just rolls through a person's house just before an old lady's about to go to like her bedroom. It like rolls through the house into her bedroom right in front of her, and I'm like, golly.
That's why you wear Depends as an old person.
And it's funny too because they show like the interview to news crew, and the boulder is still in the fucking bedroom.
I mean, if it's a boulder, it's
Like,
going to
they
be
have it in the
time
background.
consuming to get out.
You know, I'm almost tempted to keep. If that happened to me, I'd probably keep it there and like charge people to see, or just show it's like, yeah, this son of a bitch like rolled in the house.
You would not be the first person to have done something like that, so I could definitely see it. It's like the one guy who made a stone giant essentially to tell a priest to go fuck himself, and then started charging for it. That's a fun story if you want to look up the Cardiff Giant.
So I've been
The
watching a lot of.
Go ahead.
You first.
No, I was just gonna say that was an interesting era. Oh god.
Yeah. So I've started watching a bunch of videos on. Like, obviously, I don't think it's any secret here to anyone here that I'm big on Final Fantasy VII, but it was
What?
On the on the specifically the production of Final Fantasy VII and like sort of the combined interviews between the different developers, and I cannot imagine a more nightmarish game to have worked on.
I can think of one. Concord.
Well, okay, yes, and not that's nightmarish for a different reason. This is nightmarish because everyone is working in earnest, but it's also the first time the company is attempting to make a game for an international audience.
Oh.
Because like initially Final Fantasy games were for a Japanese audience and got taken to America in translation. 7 was the first time they thought, well, Americans are going to be playing this too, so let's consider their ratings and standards, let's consider those things. And then you combine that with the fact that they found that the cartridge system for the N64 wasn't going to support the game at the size they wanted to do it. So they had to then transition like a third of the way through the production to the PlayStation 1, and from 64-bit graphics to 32-bit graphics, all while dealing with the fact that other games were, being worked on at the same time. So this was their first time having concurrent games in cycle together. All while somebody got really sick, who was basically the director, and a new director had to be brought in mid-cycle.
That's not good.
And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, the game's sort of schizophrenic nature starts to make more and more sense as you read about this. And then you have the people who've, gone into the cut content and, like, kind of read that against, like, the things that the different designers have said, and suddenly you start to realize the fact that this game made any amount of sense is a miracle. And I say that as somebody that thinks of 7 as having a really deep and meaningful story. But it is, at times, it is esoteric at best.
Interesting. Just so David Lynch shows up.
And then on top of that, putting it through the very primitive translations at the time, because the localization team wasn't really good at their job yet.
I mean, it was the 90s. That it wasn't exactly like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Not too far removed from things like Speed Racer.
But yeah, there was stuff that would have been considered teen appropriate in Japan that in the US would have immediately gotten it an AO rating. So not even M, it would have just gone straight to NC-17 essentially.
Damn.
So there are whole sections apparently carved out, including like there's. You okay,
What the fuck
Andy?
was that?
I can't understand a word you're saying.
Shit. I was trying to pretend to be like your mother, being like, "Are you fanboying over Final Fantasy?" Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. God.
Oh god.
Dude, it's okay. My mom died years ago. It's
What I meant, like, basically a lady, like, a lady in the background going, "What are you doing back there?"
no. Believe me, we were hearing some stuff, and I'm like, okay, I know he's ragging on me, but I don't know what he's saying. Like, I know your tones of voice.
Settings. Well, when I came on my computer this today, like Discord
Why did
was
you
like,
do that on your computer? Oh no,
Krispy.
I killed his train of thought. Yeah?
Ralphie asks if the mech has earned its butthole yet.
I don't think it has an ass thruster.
But
I didn't really...
But yes, so the... But it's interesting then when you consider all of that on top of it being inspired by a mix of Ridley Scott, David Lynch, and other directors' works.
I can see that.
Inspired by a mix of Blade Runner, Twin Peaks, and Highlander.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy as a setting, but from what I've seen of 7, tracks.
Yeah. Well, bear in mind that each game has its own setting. There are...
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm just... Final Fantasy is not a game series I ever really got into, so...
Yes, yes. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. So then you combine that, all of that's going on, and then the other content that they're bringing in that they're inspired by, which includes both, um, what you call it, like stuff inspired by David Lynch,
Yeah, that's incredibly surrealist thing to
and
bring
then
to Final Fantasy.
stuff inspired from Blade Runner, which already has its own like existential stuff. And then these guys are reading up on like Jung and the concept of the reintegration of separated
Oh,
components of the personality, and then you have a game that basically is a story about child abuse at the end of the day, like once you really pull apart all the pieces. Well, not just child abuse, but trauma and the fact that a lot of the defense mechanisms we create over trauma are not healthy.
yeah, I believe that.
So yeah, it's that soup is what created this very bizarre game that I
I
love.
feel like that's a lot of um, groundbreaking titles. Is there's a soup that goes into making it.
What were you gonna say, Andy?
You put the psycho and psychoanalyst.
Yeah.
I don't think we brought up Deadly Premonition, but you know, I think about games like I think Halo or Marathon. They had similar with a lot of that stuff. You know, just
Halo had a lot of issues with having to change stuff like months before release
yeah, I believe that.
because there was a lot of concerns over like, well, imagine the state of the world. It's 2000, 2001. 9/11 hadn't happened yet, but the events that were going to lead up to it sort of were and were kind of on people's minds. And then you have this game, and they end up having to rename everything because, like, the Arbiter, in the oldest notes, was going to be called the Dervish. The prophets
The
were
Dervish.
the prophets were called the Imams. The Great Journey was called the Hajj.
Yeah, they had to change a few things there.
Yeah, so it was very much like everything was very Middle East coded, and then like of course, given that then you're playing this essentially the Marines who are very like U.S. in all but name.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, the Marines a lot of stuff from Halo did take elements from Aliens, so I don't think it was intentional necessarily.
No,
Uh,
it's just.
But
that's
yeah,
one of those things that
I
marketers
can see
are
why they
gonna
would have to
look at.
change that.
One of those things that
Yeah.
marketers are going to look at and be like, okay, yeah, maybe we should
Yeah.
take a step back.
I mean, let's not forget, there's a certain era of BattleTech that came about around that time that had a very interesting name to it.
I forgot about that. Although
Yes.
that one I could, on some level, credit to. I wouldn't be surprised how much inspiration BattleTech maybe takes from Doom.
Yeah, no, especially when it comes to like the tech angle of the Word of Blake. I could
Mhm.
see that being a big factor there.
So that being called the Jihad isn't as surprising to me.
Yeah. I do like the Word of Blake. At least I liked a lot of the stuff they had. They definitely weren't written the best, but yeah. But yeah, it's there's a reason you don't really hear it referred to as the Jihad era these days.
Mm-hmm. And then you have stuff like Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is widely considered one of the stranger entries in the series, and it's the one that they had, like, while the assets were already made, because they were reusing a lot of assets from Ocarina of Time, they had a year to draft, produce, and finalize the entire game. And it wasn't
yeah.
even originally going to be a Zelda game, it was going to be something else, but...
It's very bizarre. I've not played a Zelda game, but I can see the difference when it comes to Majora's Mask, and it's very, for lack of a better term, it's very Tim Burton-esque.
Yes. That comparison has been used.
Okay. I'm not even big into Tim Burton either, I just know that he's got a vibe.
Yeah.
My pop culture intake is I don't want to say it's weird. But it's definitely stuff that I've missed that people would probably be surprised by. Like
Hey, how's the car?
A lot of Nintendo stuff.
We're discussing video games that had.
I'm drawing mechs for a setting of mine called Legends of Slam.
Yeah.
If you like Rock'em Sock'em Robots and Mad Max, you'll like this setting. Just doing some mech doodles.
Rack 'em, sack 'em robots.
I'm not sure I'll get this done or not, but
It's okay, we still love you.
Storm.
Yeah.
That is very interesting what you've sent me.
Yes.
Man, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to do this weekend, like project-wise. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but I'm just gonna have a lot to do. I will say that for doing this mostly freehand and for using very little reference other than the sketches I've done, this is turning out better than I expected. Not to sound like I'm bragging or anything, but I will say the other day I just kind of realized, like, it's kind of impressive the sketching I can do.
Yeah.
Just more of a mind-blowing thing. It's like, wow, I've actually learned how to do this after many years of practice. It just goes to show, 10,000 hours and all that.
Aw, yeah.
Not that I consider myself a master, but I definitely feel like I've learned a thing or two over the many years I've spent doing this.
Well, the term mastery, when used in that phrase, is largely just to convey the point.
Yeah. Just more of the thing where it's like, I used to be very self-conscious of what I drew, was very reticent to kind of share it, and just to kind of see where I'm at now in retrospect. Which really was not that far ago. I used to feel that way. It's nice, you know. It's just nice to know that I can actually do this stuff like I've always wanted to. Maybe not the way I expected to be doing it, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh god, what did you post there, Storm's concerned? Also, is stream still playing? My
Yeah.
kind of okay. The stream down on my end, and I'm sure that I'm gonna be getting like a 30-second ad telling me to buy like the new Ford trucks or whatever the fuck. It's like that picnic face video. It's like, let me tell you about these trucks.
Yep.
Pardon me? You spreckers the fuck up. It's been a while since I've watched Picnic Face.
I'll be right back.
Fucking Picnic Face Super Bingo is one of my favorite videos.
I thought you said Picnic Face Super Mango.
Super Bingo, but for the most part, yes. It's a great video on YouTube if you can find it. Come for pancake night. These pancakes are my head. The Picnic Face is the guy that did the Power Thirst videos, by the way. If you didn't know that, Andy.
Power Thirst?
Yeah, that's a old meme. Hey, you want to feel so
By the way-
energetic? Huh?
I think like Homestar Runner of them had like an anniversary thing or something.
Oh, really? Actually, somebody did post Homestar Runner the other day, and I was like, man, I kind of want to rewatch some Homestar Runner because that was like a big thing for me.
It's an email, not an email. I can't do it right now. My throat hurts.
They're strong, Matt.
How do you type with boxing gloves on?
I return, my sexy.
I think one time he took his boxing gloves on and he just has one big finger.
I could see that as a Homestar Runner bit.
And like he sucks at typing without his boxing gloves. Like he keeps making spelling errors.
Yes.
Oh, we start to get into the Tool facsimile music. No, this doesn't sound enough like a Tool. Tool's more gadunk gadunk. No, I mean, you know that gadunk gadunk storm.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to Anathema earlier. I think that's one of my favorite Tool songs.
Uh-oh, kitty cat's meowing at me. Meow!
Father, feed me.
Ooh. Hey there, Ex Demos. Welcome
Hello.
to WBPL 76. Legally defined as entertainment.
Legally. We are not held responsible fiscally for boredom. You think anyone's ever been sued for like being too boring?
Yes, actually.
I pity that person.
Basically, like a record label or something like that can, or not a label, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Venue. Venue is the word I'm looking for. Can, to within a certain degree of reason, sue a performer for failing to draw in a crowd. If the performer has made certain guarantees.
Which I is can why see most that.
Performers. Yeah, because there used to be a lot of cases where people would like guarantee this, guarantee that, perform the night of the show. Turns out that they were, basically a fake.
Yeah, it's a regular Fire Festival.
Yeah, like stuff like Fire Festival actually would get somebody sued, especially back in like the 50s.
I think that guy did get sued into oblivion, if I'm not mistaken.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a smash of a party. It tends to happen when you just lie through your teeth about everything.
It's a shame, because now you ain't got no teeth no more.
Yes.
Starts pulling your teeth out.
Oh no. I hope not. I like my teeth. Also, I'm going to have to be dealing with that in like a week or two. My wife has to get mouth surgery, so...
She is in my prayers.
Thank you. It's been a not fun situation to deal with, to put it mildly.
Kitty cat, stop stepping on the keyboard.
Sounds like cat.
Hit her.
Steps on keyboard shows you asshole, does not elaborate.
Oh, my cat doesn't need to step on the keyboard to show me his butthole. He does that just of his own volition.
Have you seen my anus?
Father, I know it is 4 in the morning, but have you seen my butthole? I have cleaned it. No, you
You
haven't.
know, maybe we should back off from this bit right now. 'Cause I'm starting to, you know.
So you're saying we should butt out?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have nothing.
Welcome to Sphincter Cast. No, I'm kidding. Alright, I'll... Man, it's too bad we're not in the era of like Howard Stern and shit, where we can just say things and then just not get into too much trouble over it on the air. Actually, no, I think Howard Stern probably didn't get into a lot of trouble for stuff he did in the air, but I'm not sure of that.
We did.
Howard Stern got in a lot of trouble. It's just he was popular enough to,
Man, the power of popularity.
I remember watching the Howard Stern movie.
Sorry, what'd you say?
He had a movie.
Yeah, the Howard Stern movie.
Is it like a
know,
biopic or?
Kinda. Well, you know, probably with like, what is it called when they like, you know, may not necessarily. Yeah, embellishments.
Artistic license.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty
Yeah.
of that
Or
in
us,
stories like that.
Or us with our autistic license.
I wish I had diplomatic immunity.
You only have dimple-matic immunity.
Wait. Cookie Mama, what are you talking about?
Wait, what?
Entertainment adjacent product. And then Cookie Mama says, I'm also wondering about divorce proceedings. Oh, that might have been in reference to our getting sued for being bored.
Oh. That'd be more deboard proceedings.
Yeah.
I'll be here all
My
week.
brain did a double take that.
Hate when that happens. It's like when you're in the mall and there's the mannequins there and there's like, is that Slender Man? No, it's just a mannequin again. Not Slender Man this time.
Oh, speaking of Slender Man,
Yeah?
did you hear Krispy?
Oh, the Slender Man stabbings girl escaping from the group home? Yeah, I heard about that.
Actually, I think they caught her, but still,
No, they did.
When I saw that, I thought it was like another incident. I'm like, I was almost like Slender Man. It's like 2025. No one gives a shit about Slender Man anymore.
Well, I will say this much: if it's the one of the two girls that I'm thinking of, the one girl that was part of that, I feel like there's more to her than just like she believed in Slender Man. I think she might have some certain tendencies of the sociopath variety. But, you know, it's not good when you're like stabbing people in the name of an internet meme. Like, imagine if there was like sacrifices to Freddy Freaker. Actually, that'd be kind of funny. I want to see that fucking movie. Night of the Living Freddy Freaker.
Freddy Freaker.
Freddy Freaker.
Didn't
But
like
at the same time,
Sony
though,
get
like,
the license to that or something?
I know he made some Freddy Freaker merchandise. To be fair, I don't think it's like, it's not an exclusive license to get, if we're talking Freddy Freaker. I was also just thinking, like, of the idea of, like, imagine seeing Freddy Freaker in real life and how terrifying that would be.
Could you imagine if we could buy the rights to some obscure thing like the Garbage Pail
Battletech?
Kids or something like that?
Well, it's
I
not
would
as
love if I
obscure
could-
anymore, but
I would love if I could buy the rights to some
Garb-
obscure shit, do weird things with it. Are you guys ready for the hardcore VeggieTales remake?
The what?
VeggieTales, but it's
hardcore
like
VeggieTales.
it's like the movie End of Days. John Carpenter's VeggieTales.
Oh God. The Mall of Madness VeggieTales.
See, my whole thing is like I'd rather just like make my own property than like take one and relicense it, but if I had to have one for that, I'd have to really think about that, because it's like... it would have to be something
okay,
that...
so here's an interest.
Go for it.
Well, I was going to say, there's an interesting exercise my friends and I in college would engage in, which was, people always talk about, like, how you would redo something that you didn't like how they did it. So, like, at the time, it was a lot of people that weren't pleased with, like, the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
And that was kind of around the time Red Letter Media was getting big, and so that sort of became the fad du jour. And the suggestion then came up of, well, how would you rewrite something you did like? Which the idea was to then explore your own story writing style, but comparing it against, say, the writing of somebody whose work you did like, but now you have to recreate it, and it has to be your own original take on the thing.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, that might be harder than things that I don't like, because it's like there's things that I do like, but it's like, how would I do it in my own style?
Mm-hmm.
I really have to think about that, I guess if I would...
usually when we talk about this, we're just...
Oh, go ahead,
Sorry,
Andy.
what'd you say, Andy?
I was going to say, usually when we do this, we just talk about, like, who would we replace Muppets with?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I was going to do, like,
and...
a serious attempt of something, that's like, an interesting thought. I mean, Muppets, that like, I would have many great answers for that, like, the Bone Tomahawk Muppet Edition, but, in terms of, like, something that I actually enjoyed that I would try to, like, rewrite in a different way,
Yeah. For mine, I did Star Trek. And what was really informative about it is it showed me that, like, while I love Star Trek, and I do very much love Star Trek, at least the Star Trek of that time period. Oh, okay, Cookie Mama's question about the divorce proceedings was concerning Howard Stern. But...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, right, because his wife found underwear in the car. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So in doing the exercise, though, it revealed to me basically what kind of writer I am by now seeing a kind of writing that I liked, but it was also the kind of writing I do not do. Because I realized that the way I would write Star Trek would end with it being a fundamentally different product. As I do not write episode contemplative, but rather series, primarily in series, evocative.
Yeah.
Now, that said, I feel like my idea was pretty cool, but I feel like it would not be... It's the self-realization to realize, like, if I did this, I would probably be the subject of ridicule from the Star Trek fan base. Not because what I made was bad, but because it would fundamentally no longer be Star Trek.
Yeah. I suppose the one that I'm sort of thinking of off the top of my head would be, like, if I could do Mad Max, but really kind of play up the idea where he's sort of a Johnny Appleseed of rebuilding civilization. Just like as the movies progress, you just see like a growing and growing idea, or like you see a growing examples of civilization like slowly rebuilding itself in part due to his actions, and then over time he starts to become more and more of a myth. Which, to be fair, you kind of get when you get to, like, Fury Road and stuff, I think is kind of the implication that he's sort of a mythical character at that point.
Well, at that point, they basically turn him into Jesus, but...
Yeah. But, just, like, that idea of, like, it would be interesting to, like, get to a Mad Max movie, and it's, like, he's maybe, like, old man Max, and then, I don't know how you would do this for the audience's sake, but just the idea of, like, only at the end do they realize that he's actually Max. And, like, you're hearing about, like, all the stuff he's done through, like, the entire movie. Just as, like myths and deeds and things. Like American folklore, almost. So it'd be like...
Yeah.
you spend a movie with a guy and then you realize, like, oh shit, that was Paul Bunyan or something.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an interesting take, I think. Like, off the top of my head, that's one.
Do you have
to
one?
be honest, there's a lot I do for Star Wars, but I have to think about that. Sorry, continue.
What was that, Storm?
Do you have one, Andy, something that you do like, but you would try to rewrite it?
Oh, you know what? Well, not necessarily rewrite it, but the best opinion I can come up with is I'd love to redo the Jurassic Park movie, but implement the horror elements from the book.
Well, there you go.
Ooh, I like that. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, the movie really doesn't have a lot in the way of horror. It has, like, scary thriller moments, but not really horror.
Oh.
I mean, the most horrifying thing is when the guy's arm falls on the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Like a severed arm.
I do have one in my head just now that I thought of that I would definitely would like to rewrite the later seasons of it a little bit. And that would be Stranger Things, because... Alright. I don't want to necessarily say anything because it'll be spoilers, but the direction they were taking, like, the stuff happening the Upside Down in the later seasons, I'm not a fan of, because it kind of gets away from the idea of it being this sort of nebulous, like, Lovecraftian horror. And I think that it was much more interesting when it was that case versus where they took it to. I don't want to get too far into it, because if you haven't seen the series and you want to watch it, that would be massive spoilers. But let's just say that it doesn't necessarily go in a direction that I personally was enjoying. Because my whole thing with that was it very much felt like a Lovecraft story in a lot of respects, and then it just goes in a direction where I'm like, well, this kind of ruins a lot of the mystique that you feel from the series.
Yeah.
You know what would be a good another like rewrite? The Village.
That is something that definitely needs a rewrite, because oh my god.
Well, yeah, but now that's getting into things that need to be rewritten because they're bad, whereas, again, the nature of the exercise...
That's true. That's true.
But I don't disagree with you, though, that did need to be rewritten.
It's not a good movie.
I was all for it until, like, the reveal. Then I was like, oh.
They definitely kind of... Well, I mean, it's the famous M. Night Shyamalan What a Twist thing. That's kind of... I don't want to say that's the movie that really kind of started it, but it definitely was one of the big ones for it. Because, I mean, you had a little bit of that with other movies.
There's theory that the aliens and signs are actually demons because they're weak against water or running water.
It's an interesting theory, but...
And the whole religious aspect
with,
of Sylvester Stallone's character.
Yes. Oh my... No, it's not Sylvester Stallone. It's Mel Gibson. But I do like the idea of replacing Mel Gibson with Sylvester Stallone, and it just turns into the ending. It just turns into Rambo, and the ending part of the movie.
I get those two mixed up all the time. I don't know why. There's like... It's one of those things where I just think these two people are interchangeable somehow. It's like
it's
weird.
because
not when you get into their controversies.
Yeah, it's because they both play more berserk characters when they are playing somebody that's gonna like go off the handle.
No, not Mel Gibson.
Yeah, they both have like that lip curl, that almost Elvis Presley lip curl sometimes.
But like, think about the movies we know Sylvester Stallone for. There's Rambo and there's Rocky. This is a guy who's there to just lay down physical, trauma on things. And then, Mel Gibson's history and such aside, like, think about the movies we know him from. Braveheart, Lethal Weapon.
We Were Soldiers.
We Were Soldiers, and The Patriot, where most of the time he's a very wild-eyed killer in those.
Yes, he... Also Mad Max, too. I mean, that's a really big one.
In fact, Mad Max maybe set the tone for his career.
And you know what's interesting about that? Apparently, part of the reason he got the part was he was mugged on the way to the interview, or on the way to his audition, and he showed up, like, all disheveled and shit. And I'm sure, the emotional state he was in definitely didn't help with that, but... that's apparently part of the backstory to him, like, getting that part.
It's always funny to learn the backstories of some actors and like how they got where they are. Also, 3-minute warning.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I to be honest, I wasn't expecting to finish this drawing. A lot of this was just more of a fun, like, let's have some fun and just kind of figure out mechs in this setting.
Yeah.
You know,
The one that
turns
always
out mechs are a lot to draw on a stream, but
yeah, the one that got me always is that Tom Cruise was in seminary to be a Catholic priest before he got discovered as an actor.
and then Scientology,
Yep.
which, yeah, it's Scientology. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Sean Connery was a local milkman, and he was delivering milk to the director's house, and the director was like, "Hey, you want to be in a movie?"
I did not know that.
You put on this thong and this gun.
Wait, was Zardos the first movie he was
Hell
in?
yeah, I'll do that. You don't have to pay me.
Sean Connery first movie.
If it's Zardos, I'm gonna shit.
No, it wasn't Zardoz. Lilacs in Spring as an extra, and then No Road Back was the first one where he was a full actor.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I mean, we're talking about 1957 here.
Yeah, it's definitely before, like, A Bridge Too Far and James Bond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brendan Gleeson and Liam Neeson were both discovered by what's it called? They were both fighting in a boxing match, and the director of the movie Kroll had basically just fired half his cast, and so he just ended up hiring this group of boxers to be like the background fighters in the movie, and that's how Liam Neeson got his first role. And then
I wonder if that was the ghost movie where he's a farting ghost.
No, Kroll, the one with the
star shaped like dagger thing that he throws around.
Oh,
It's
is that
like
what that's from?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those weird. It's not like a good movie, but it's like
Well, you know.
it's a cult classic. It's one of those weird movies. Like it's not necessarily. It's like one of those B+ movies.
It's sort of a
Yeah.
proto. It's like proto He-Man.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh yeah, you should watch the live action He-Man from like the 80s and the 90s.
Well, let's add that to the watch list because I'm
All right.
definitely down. For now, though, we are at time, unfortunately. But I thank everybody for joining. I hope they enjoyed stream today. You know, just having some fun doodling stuff. But hope you had fun, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. That we'll be celebrating that come Thursday, and we will see you all next week. Until then, y'all take it easy.
Turkey.
Turkey time.
We're just gonna take
Turkey
a
bacon
ham
at the
and
back.
cover it with
Damn it,
turkey
Storm.
bacon.